You're not prepared for this, I assure you. Behind the scenes, BlackRock, the wealthiest corporation in the world, is subtly raising the price of XRP Ripple. Doesn't it sound crazy? However, this is no longer merely rumors. There are far too many people discussing it. Experts are already forecasting the price of XRP in the future, and of course, cryptocurrency lovers are cheering. And according to projections, XRP Ripple might hit $1,046. Quite awesome, isn't it? Let's dissect it in detail. Immediately, let's get started. Disclaimer: XRP may be about to make its most significant breakthrough to date. It all boils down to a single name: BlackRock. With more than $11.6 trillion under management, the largest asset manager in the world is apparently looking at Ripple and the XRP token. This is no longer merely conjecture. Prominent figures in the financial industry, such as Nate Gerasi, president of ETF Store, have boldly predicted that BlackRock will soon apply for an XRP ETF. It is impossible to overestimate the impact of such an action. The whole cryptocurrency industry was affected when BlackRock joined the Bitcoin ETF market last year. By the end of 2024, Bitcoin's price had risen from $48,000 to over $100,000, largely due to inflows of more than $30 billion into ETFs. That one choice made by BlackRock. It not only gave Bitcoin legitimacy in the eyes of conventional investors, but it also caused a flood of institutional funding. Holders of XRP are now curious about what will happen when Ripple receives the same attention. Recently, a Ripple analyst tweeted, "BlackRock, we know about XRP." A straightforward remark with a lot of meaning. A company like BlackRock raising awareness is frequently the first step before taking action in the financial community. Then there is the widely shared post by Ripple Queen, which claims that BlackRock is preparing to invest a whopping $9 trillion in Ripple. The game is about to alter forever, and the biggest asset manager in the world is throwing caution to the wind. There will be a seismic shift soon. The message is clear, even though $9 trillion may be more symbolic than actual. For XRP, this might be a significant turning point. It is helpful to lay out what an ETF is in order to see why this is so important. In essence, an ETF allows regular investors to purchase an asset like as XRP without requiring a cryptocurrency wallet, private keys, or even an exchange account. Consider it similar to a stock market vending machine. Like you would with gold or oil, you invest and get exposure to XRP. It serves as a link between the rapidly evolving world of cryptocurrency and the conventional banking sector. Additionally, when BlackRock supports an ETF, it creates a freeway rather than merely a bridge. Given that BlackRock led the field with its Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, Nate Gerasi thinks the company will undoubtedly register for an XRP ETF. The figures are astounding. More than $39 billion has invested in BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, while an additional $4 billion has invested in Ethereum. This places them well ahead of rivals like Fidelity, leaving smaller businesses in their wake. According to Gerasi, BlackRock will not let other companies control the upcoming generation of cryptocurrency exchange-traded funds, particularly not for premium assets such as XRP. Meanwhile, a flurry of filings is already underway. More XRP ETF filings than any other single cryptocurrency asset have been made thus far, 15 total. Well-known companies like Bitwise, WisdomTree, Franklin Templeton, and Grayscale are all putting their best foot forward. BlackRock, the titan of asset management, hasn't joined though, not quite yet. For many, such quiet says a lot. Some people think they're just waiting for the appropriate opportunity. If or when BlackRock intervenes, it won't merely validate XRP to Wall Street once the SEC has concluded Ripple's case and the legal certainty surrounding XRP is established. Large-scale institutional investment, pension funds, hedge funds, and sovereign wealth funds will all be able to access it. Yet when BlackRock intervenes, it won't merely vorsistick total. They all take a cue from BlackRock. Additionally, if XRP is the next legally approved ETF asset under their supervision, the price movement may resemble or even surpass that of Bitcoin. We live in a fascinating world, don't we? However, this is only the start. Are the rumors become news stories and the forecasts of leading analysts? They are more audacious than before. Believe me, you'll be shocked by what you're about to hear, and it may permanently alter your perspective on the future of cryptocurrency. Thus, XRP has expanded beyond its status as a cryptocurrency. It has served as a battlefield and a movement. And for others, a picture of the financial system of the future. That future seems closer than ever right now. There is a fever pitch in the XRP Army's sentiment. Letfura fee, tuwin, nes, east fee cf4 tuwin. What about the forecasts? To put it mildly, they're not for the weak of heart. It was best summed up by Ripple Whales, who predicted great powerful things to come. The community as a whole feels that way. Everyone has faith in each other. And feeling isn't the only basis. It's based on what's happening in the background. XRP Avengers responded with a well-known yet potent attitude. I can say with confidence that I'm always bullish on XRP and prepared to buy the dip as always. It's more than just hype, that's a tactic. Because dips can eventually become obsolete if the forecasts come to pass. Then there are the audacious predictions. They almost seem unattainable until you consider how quickly cryptocurrency has advanced in the past. Without holding back, Ripple Guru announced that $10,000 per XRP was already locked in. Even while doubters laugh at such figures right away, it's important to keep in mind. When Bitcoin hit $1, it was once ridiculed. Ethereum was deemed excessively expensive at $100. XRP is currently being discussed using the same future terminology. Ripple Queen even made a statement that attracts attention, $298 per XRP. This is the new financial reality. It's not a dream. People are compelled to either investigate or mock such statements. The problem with visionary calls, however, is that, when they're real, they sound absurd. Steph, another well-known advocate in the XRP community, fueled the flames with a straightforward yet impactful statement. Best wishes if you own XRP. 2025 will be a crazy year. Take note of what I say. It's more than just hope. For those who remain on the sidelines, it serves as a warning. This is when the exciting part begins. One of the oldest financial journalism mainstays, the Wall Street Journal, once published a forecast that is making a comeback in the cryptocurrency world. An image displaying the $1,046 price of XRP, not from a cryptocurrency hype page or meme account, but from the Wall Street Journal. And you're not alone. Tall Guy Tycoon, also known as Armando Pantoja in the industry, brought attention to the previous prediction and rekindled the discussion. It appears to be fantasy at first. With a market valuation of about $123 billion, XRP is now trading at about $2. If it were to reach $1,046, its market capitalization would surpass $60 trillion, which is now greater than the size of the whole world economy. Critics quickly point out that it's simply not feasible. However, Pantoja raises an important point. Not many people discussed market capitalization as a limiting factor in 2017. It all came down to utility, adoption, and demand. Furthermore, XRP has consistently asserted its practicality, particularly as a bridge currency for international payments, in contrast to many other tokens. Is it unrealistic to think of new value models appearing? If XRP really takes over as the norm for international transactions and is adopted by organizations like Blackrock or central banks, ultimately market capitalization is a fictitious measure that represents the ratio of circulating supply to price and may not accurately represent actual market fluctuations. The circulation quantity of XRP may decrease if it were locked up for liquidity provisioning and kept by institutions or governments, which would cause the price to increase dramatically. Whether XRP can hit $1,000